Howdy, Connection Group leaders. Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well. And I'm excited about this lesson on Sunday. It's such a good passage, looking at Joshua 24, his final sermon, if you will. It's pretty cool to see a guy, Joshua. I mean, he was a leader, obviously. He was a warrior. But the dude lays out a pretty good sermon. And I might even argue, kind of preach it in the way the youth pastor would preach it. But check this out. Every good sermon doesn't copycat off other great sermons. You don't ever want to do that. But you definitely learn from those who have gone before you. In fact, that's one of the ways that you can assure that you're not getting out of bounds in your sermons when you're saying things that people all throughout Christendom have been saying. In Joshua's case, his sermon really mimics quite nicely what Moses told the people of God in Deuteronomy 30 before he died as well. One of the things that Moses said, if you look at it real closely, it's again, phenomenal message, and it's simply this: people, I set before you life and good and death and evil. He said, if you choose life, if you choose to obey the Lord, you're choosing life. And if you choose to disobey the Lord, you're choosing death. So choose life. And he said, same thing that Joshua said too, man, I set before you just the earth is a witness to you of what you're declaring this day. So choose life. So 30 some odd years later, Joshua stands before the people of God and gives a very similar message. He says, choose you this day whom you will serve. Just so you know, as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. My wife and I, we have this it's not a poster. It's a really pretty, like, Hobby Lobby kind of sign hanging over our bed. And I say we. She's the one who picked it out. In fact, she's decorated most of our house. I'm sure you're not surprised by that at all. But it's this really great sign that simply says, and I'm going to get part of it wrong, that you can lambaste me about that later on. But the essence of the sign is this: I choose you. And tomorrow I choose you. And I will choose you over and over and over again. And it has a second sign with a similar sentiment. And it's, I will always choose you every single time, with every single breath, every single day. I choose you. The reason why I bring this up is not to brag on my wife, although I always want to do that. That sentiment is really what we're talking about. It's not just that Joshua was saying to the people, okay, you got to decide right now. You're going to choose God, you're going to choose some other God. It's a daily declaration that we must make to the Lord, just like in your marriage. It's not just about, man, I made my vows 40 years ago. Praise God for that. And by the way, those who've been married 40 and 50, 60 years ago, which we have those folks in our church, that's a beautiful thing. And I suspect all of you that have been married that long would remind us, hey, it's not about just that vow I made those many years ago. I'm continually choosing to choose my spouse against all the other things and all the other peoples that I could choose. I'm choosing to be faithful and to love my spouse. Man, that's what we have to do with the Lord, y'all. Every single day we've got to get up, sometimes multiple times a day, and say, no, I'm choosing Jesus over X, Y, and Z. Fill in the blank, whatever sin, whatever God or idol or whatever it is that's causing us to chase. Jesus, I am choosing you every single day with every single breath, without hesitation. That's the other cool line from that sign that my wife has. Now, I said that it's kind of a youth pastory sermon. I like that after he makes this statement, man, choose you this day whom you'll serve. Me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. And the people say, of course we're going to choose the Lord. And Joshua says, no, you're not. You're not going to do it. He's taunting them a little bit. I got to tell you, from time to time, I do that with the students. And it's not meant to be rude. It's you're challenging them, right? And I think that's what he's doing too. Nah, I don't think you're going to do it. You've probably done this with your kids. Coaches certainly do this. Nah, I don't think you can do it. And it bolsters them up. Yeah, we can. Here's what's cool. They've been faithful people under Joshua's leadership. By and large, I mean, we've seen a handful of sins. We saw the sin of Achan, a few other times they disobeyed, but by and large, they've been really, really faithful people. Joshua doesn't have a reason to taunt them outside of the fact that really, number one, he knows human nature. I suspect even including his own self. He knows that. But number two, I really think he's just goading them into action. Hey, after I leave, you got to do this. Because it can't be about who your leader is. It's got to be about what's in your heart. You have to make the decision to follow Jesus. And this is what it's got to be for us, regardless of whether Pastor Eric's in the pulpit or Pastor Ed or gosh, any of us. It's not about who's leading you. It's about the choice that you are making. Me and my house, we're going to choose the Lord. So let's make that choice together. Guys, I love y'all, really. Can't wait to hang out on Sunday. We'll see you. Have a great weekend.